Hey boo hey, welcome back to my channel. On today, we're going to be trying some new makeup. It's a gray day, so I definitely want to try and keep myself in a good mood, uplifted, and new makeup does that. So let's go ahead and try some stuff. I've been here for any amount of time. You know, I don't typically like to do new foundation and a new primer, but I've got a couple primers and I've got a couple foundations, and I want to try them all. Like, there's not another way to put it. I want to try them all. The NARS Soft Matte Primer is one that's been on my list for a long time. Finally got my hands on it, and I'm like, you know what? I want to use it today. So we're going to go ahead and do that. So it's all black tubing. It's super slim. Comes out all white. Didn't have a seal on it, but the box was definitely not open. Like, it didn't look like it was. So we're going to go ahead and put that in the spot where I get the most oily, which is usually around my T-zone. This almost feels more like a lotion, and I'm not noticing a smell with it. I don't feel like it completely mattified my skin. I would say that it is true to the soft matte primer kind of feel, because there's still just a hint of a glow, not anything crazy, and I can't feel it on my face, which, you know, I love that. I don't do well with things I can feel on my face. Not at all. We're going to try this Dior Forever foundation. This is transfer proof. It's 24-hour high perfection concentrated floral skincare with sunscreen of SPF 15. So floral. Let's hope it doesn't smell floral. I did pick up the shade 4,5 in. I think it's supposed to be 4.5, but maybe, I don't know. Apply liberally 15 minutes before sun exposure. Reapply at least every 2 hours. Ain't nobody doing that. That's the thing with like foundations that have SPF in them. In order to get the SPF benefits, you've got to apply it every 2 hours. No one is doing that. That's why you've got to make sure that you have SPF in your actual skincare, because we're not redoing a whole face every 2 hours. Ain't nobody got time for that. I believe I purchased this during winter, during my little hiatus, so hopefully the color, the shade should be good. I'm gonna swatch it. Oh yeah, that's gonna be good to where I'm like at right now, because my summer and winter shades are not the same, but I have not been out in the sun because I work indoors. So, oh yeah, that's a really good color match. I do smell a little bit of something, but it's not something that I'm like the Essence foundation. If you missed that foundation review, I'm gonna need you to go back and look at it, because it's interesting. But this does not smell anything like that foundation. I just put 2 more pumps on. They're very small pumps in this Dior one, but it is really lightweight. Like, I don't feel it on my skin. The smell is not nearly as bad as previous foundations. I feel like this is a good medium coverage. I don't know that I would call this like high coverage. Does it say high coverage? Yeah, high perfection is what they call it. I don't know that I would call it high perfection or high coverage, but I would say definitely more medium, because I can still see my skin coming through with it. And that's how I like my foundations to be, is I still want to see my skin. I don't want completely erasing all of my unique perfections on my skin. I want to see some of that, because our skin is what is living. Like, it brings life, and I like to see my skin. So yeah, I'm liking this. I like how that looks. I like how that feels. I think that's a really, really good color match. I went ahead and primed my eyes just using the Juvia's Place concealer. I really need to find a new eye concealer. Not concealer, but setter. What's the word I'm looking for? Primer. There we go. I really need to find a new primer for my eyes. I've got a couple on my list that I just haven't picked up yet. If you've got a good eye primer, I want to know. Like, I may just like need to pick that up. So leave it in the comments down below, because I want to see what you guys have been using. Yeah, we're going in with the blush on today, because why not? And I just almost poked myself in the eye. Goodness gracious. I picked up the Sephora collection translucent setting powder. let's see what it do, because I've seen that people say it is really translucent, that it blends in really well on dark and deep skin. And I'm always so leery of anything on dark skin that says translucent, because half the time it's actually not, and it does leave like a cast. It's got a normal sifter twist off top, black top, clear, or standard. I feel like this is standard. You know, like the standard fill for concealer. Why do I keep saying concealer? Setting powder. And we're gonna use this to set underneath my eyes. Oh, it did go on really nice. I will give it that, but I do think it's a little lighter than I typically like for underneath my eye area. But if I'm wanting more of that really nice highlighted look, yeah, I think that that's gonna be something that I would reach for. Just, I don't know that it's translucent enough for my personal likings. I keep rubbing my face because I also want to see how it feels. It does look really finely milled, like high-end finely milled. I've got other setting powders that are high-end that don't feel as finely milled as this. So that is definitely a plus for this product, is that they weren't playing with the millage around here. No new brow stuff, just wanting to use up this Fluff Up Brow Wax that I've really been enjoying from Benefit. And then, let's see here, while that's doing its thing, we are going to try a new palette. And typically, like, I do eyes first, but I think I'll be okay with this one. This is the Too Faced Born This Way Sunset Stripped. It is a complexion-inspired eyeshadow palette. So it's got more neutral tones. I've had my eye on this for a good hot minute. This is the inside of it. It's got a mirror, as you can tell. And then, yes, more like skin tones with a couple of shimmers in there. Oh, yeah, I'm really excited about this. Let's see what we can come up with. Something that's going to complement these cheeks for sure. So I think I'm going to go in probably in like this area right here. That looks a little bit more red, I think, than it actually is on camera. Maybe that's a little bit more true. So I think I'm going to stay in like this area here. Go in with, I'm just going to go in with this one. Oh, it looks so pretty. It's pretty soft. I'm gonna have to build that up a little bit. That one gave me a little bit more pigment. This is definitely more of a buildable formula. Like, it's not packing on enough punch that I need to like go back and try and blend out the eyes. Or if you are a beginner, like, this is really beginner friendly, but it does blend out pretty well. Like, I'm not having any issues with that portion. I am having a little bit with actually getting the color on. So let me try packing. Packing looks like it's definitely more of the way to go. And then I'm gonna take this shimmer. Ooh, that shimmer is pretty. Okay, let me swatch this so you can see it. Now that is pretty. Okay, maybe I won't have any issues with shimmers. Let's try it. It's a subtle shimmer. Like, it's not going to be super powerful. It doesn't pack on a lot, but it is noticeable. So yeah, this is going to be a really good beginner palette for someone who is just kind of like getting into the game, not exactly sure where to go, how to start, you know, anything like that. This is going to be a really, really good one. I'm going in with a different shimmer on the inner corners, just to add some definition and a little bit of depth into the look. Yeah, this is going to be a really good beginner palette. So if you are a beginner, you're not quite sure where to go, this sunset one is going to be really, really friendly for you, so that you're not packing on so much pigment that it's alarming or catches you off guard, and yet still enough that your eye look is visible. So for mascara, we're going to try the new Fenty Beauty mascara in the shade Cause I'm Black. This is supposed to be a volumizing mascara. It's got a traditional brush on it, which is pretty nice. And so yeah, let me grab a mirror and let's see what's up with this. Oh, it's got really good pigment. That is for sure. It is more of a wet formula, so it may be prone, especially on my hooded eyes, to transfer at least until it dries down. But it's going on really nice and smooth. Yeah, there's a little bit of transfer happening, but look at that difference. Yeah, that's gonna be really, really nice. So that's what we're looking like with just one coat. I started to do a second coat. I did one swipe and then I was like, nope, let me just show you what it looks like with one first. There's not a lot of transfer, not as much as I was anticipating to happen since it is a wetter formula. I am going to go in now with a second coat on this one and see if there's any difference. Yes, on the volume I am noticing more of a difference on this eye with the second coat compared to this eye with just one. I'm liking how that looks. It's not only adding volume, but it's also adding some length to it too. So yeah, hopefully this one doesn't smudge and flake on me. I am one that tends to struggle with smudging and flaking. And so I will keep you updated down below on what takes place with this in the details of the video. All right, so we're gonna try this Rare Beauty lip oil. It isn't as hydrating or moisturizing as I thought it would be, and it almost feels like it's drying down to like more of a lip stain than it is an oil. That's the color. It's definitely more neutral on my skin tone than anything else. Yeah, it almost feels like it's drying down because I can feel, I don't know if it says that they're supposed to have like a tingle in them. This is the shade Honesty Tinted Lip Oil. Yeah, I don't think it's plumping. So yeah, it must be like drying down or something. Those are going to be everything that I'm going to try today. I need to reset my face. Didn't think to do that before I put on the mascara. So I'm going to do that. But I'm also going to end this video here. Let me know your thoughts down below. I love you guys. May God continue to bless you. And I will see you next time.